Rebuilding Gaza and gutting the FBI. It's 5 and 10 from Skywatch TV. 5 things you need to know in about 10 minutes for Thursday, February 6th, 2025. I'm Derek Gilbert. Item number 5 today, Gaza. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu looked surprised at the press conference with President Trump the other night, where Trump said the United States would own Gaza. I don't think he meant the United States would take ownership of it. In other words, the title deed, but that the United States would take responsibility for what he's doing. Don't know for a fact. We just have to wait and see. I think more than anything else, as I said yesterday, President Trump trying to knock the players in the region off balance to get them thinking about other solutions to what to the Arab-Israeli problem, which has been a constant in that region for the last 100 years. A day after President Trump made his announcement, Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu said that he would endorse a scaled-back version of the proposal, calling it remarkable. Top U.S. officials also trying to walk back what President Trump said, saying the removal of Arabs from Gaza would only be temporary. Now, bear in mind, Trump said what he said Tuesday night after watching raw video of the Hamas attack on Israel from October 7th of 2023. This is a very difficult video to watch. I watched portions of it. I can't stomach the whole thing because it shows the Hamas terrorists murdering, looting, raping Israeli civilians. Netanyahu brought that video with him to the White House on his visit to see President Trump. And so President Trump had just watched that 43-minute video not long before he addressed the media with Prime Minister Netanyahu. That may have had some effect on the president. Needless to say, the world has pushed back on this idea, calling it insane, calling it ethnic cleansing. Most strenuously, of course, the objections coming from the Arab world. But at the end of the day, negotiations for a two-state solution have been ongoing in that part of the world off and on for more than 90 years, since the 1930s. And we are still where we were then, practically. Some new thinking needs to take place or this will never get resolved. And I will say this, I don't think it gets resolved permanently until Jesus returns in the clouds in great glory. Topic number 4, stopping the insanity. Federal government under President Biden gave out more than $174 million in grants and contracts to promote what are being called radical ideas on things like gender ideology, including to study menstrual cycles in transgender men and to shield the gay community in the Western Balkans. This American tax money going to fund these initiatives. This is according to a new database called Funding Insanity. The American Principles Project, which is a conservative nonprofit organization, has published this new database this morning, Thursday, called Funding Insanity, which details all of these initiatives, domestic and abroad. One of the priciest examples, the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, which is in the process of more or less being shut down. The program is now being rolled under the State Department, where the State Department can decide which of those are worth keeping. I've heard from some people saying, hey, look, I work with missionaries in Africa who receive funding from USAID. We're throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Not necessarily. USAID is being dismantled, but the funding, the programs authorized by Congress have to go through the State Department. The State Department can then decide which ones are worth keeping. But one of these examples was about a $2 million grant to the American Bar Association, a very left-wing organization as a whole. The American Bar Association, as part of its mission to shield members of the LGBTQI plus population in the Western Balkans. That's Croatia, Serbia, Montenegro, Albania, where gay marriage is not really recognized. So the American Bar Association getting $2 million American tax money to help protect homosexuals and lesbians, gay people in the Balkans. That grant began October 1st of 2024, was supposed to continue through September of this year. It's among the funding that has been put on pause by the Trump administration while things are evaluated. Topic number 3, the FBI. We now know that some 5,000 FBI employees were assigned to cases of people who were accused of being part of the riot at the U.S. Capitol, January 6th, 2023. There are about 13,000 FBI agents, 38,000 total FBI employees. So we're talking about what? About 1/8 of the total FBI workforce. If these are just 5,000 FBI agents, the word employees was used, so maybe not all agents, but still, it's a very significant portion of the FBI's workforce, considering that many of the people who were at the Capitol that day stayed within the velvet ropes and just took some pictures and selfies. The FBI doesn't have anything else to work on, like, violent illegals who are violent criminals committing federal crimes here in the United States. Several FBI employees Tuesday sued the Justice Department, accusing it of violating the Constitution and privacy laws by demanding that agents complete a survey intended to purge Bureau personnel. Look, it's like the Billy Joel song, "We didn't start the fire." The FBI allowed itself to be politicized and used to try to take down the Donald Trump campaign and then to prosecute and persecute those who showed support for him on January 6th of 2021. Donald Trump and his administration elected to provide accountability. And part of this is documenting what the FBI missed because it had allocated a significant portion of its workforce to tracking down people who were in the Capitol, U.S. Capitol, on January 6th of 2021. Meanwhile, the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, has offered Trump's 8-month salary buyout, offered to all other federal employees, to all of its employees. And again, the intelligence community having been politicized and weaponized against the political opponents of the Democratic Party. Perhaps this is an opportunity to get back to its core mission of, providing intelligence to the government so that the government can formulate intelligent foreign policy. Topic number 2, sanctuary. Sanctuary has been broadly misapplied here in the United States, as people who claim sanctuary are not actually in danger in their home countries. They're just looking for economic opportunity. Well, nothing wrong with that. That's how my ancestors came to this country hundreds of years ago. But, there was a legal process then. There's a legal process now. A newly sworn-in Attorney General Pam Bondi is directing the Department of Justice to pause federal funding for sanctuary cities. Why? Because they are refusing to comply with federal law regarding that process for entering the country. This directive is part of Bondi's initial actions within hours of taking office, aimed at enforcing immigration policies more strictly. And this hints at potential legal actions against those cities that refuse to cooperate with the federal government. Bondi has also ordered a Justice Department review of the prosecutions of President Trump. Bondi establishing a weaponization working group to review the Biden administration's law enforcement policies in general. She said in her directive that the working group would investigate improper investigative tactics and unethical prosecutions versus good faith actions by employees who were just following orders. Coming up, it's nice to know that government insanity is not limited to this side of the pond. It's in the UK as well, and I will give you an example next on 5 and 10.
You can support the ministry of Skywatch TV and our continued efforts to share the gospel of Jesus Christ throughout the four corners of the world and receive your very own copy of this incredible masterpiece when you order The World Before the Flood special offer. Not only does this incredible opportunity include Rick Renner's new book, Fallen Angels, Giants, Monsters, and the World Before the Flood, how the events of Noah's Ark and the flood are relevant to the end of the age, but it also includes the best-selling book, Giants, Gods, and Dragons, Exposing the Fallen Realm and the Plot to Ignite the Final War of the Ages by Derek and Sharon Gilbert with companion DVD. This incredible book and DVD set reveals the actual identities of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the identity of Nimrod, and the true location of Babel. Why the wild beasts that accompany the deadly rider on the pale horse might actually be disease-causing viruses, and so much more. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of nearly $100. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can support the ministry of Skywatch TV and help us continue spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ right now by scanning the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the World Before the Flood special offer right now.
Item number one today, the crazy is strong in this one. Campaigners in the UK are urging a taxpayer-funded wildcat conservation charity to end its partnership with an event hosting furries. These are grown-ups who like to dress up as animals. Actually, these are fetish suits. It's not like these are people who work as mascots for sports teams, athletic teams. They like to wear this because you get the drift here. This group called Saving Wildcats, which is a collaboration of the Royal Zoological Society of Scotland and the Scottish National Party, government agencies such as Nature Scot. That's the official charity of ScotiaCon. In 2021, Saving Wildcats received about £400,000 in funding from the Scottish government, and some of it going to this convention in Glasgow, expected to be attended by about 1,200 furries. Concerns being raised that taxpayer money is being spent on what some have characterized as a creep convention. Again, taxpayer money so grown-ups can dress like that. This week on Skywatch TV, we continue our discussion with Rick Renner about the world before the flood. That's the title of his new book. This week specifically talking about what it was in the days of Noah that Jesus identified as similar to the timing of his return, the return of the Son of Man. Don't miss the program. You can watch it right now and last week's program. Again, both fascinating. Rick Renner, a careful researcher and I think an excellent scholar. The program is available to watch at our website, skywatchtv.com. You can find all of our video content there. Also, over the air, our broadcast schedule posted at skywatchtv.com/channels. Now, if you've got a set-top box, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, make sure you add the Skywatch TV channel to that set-top box. That brings all of our video content right to your big screen. It's available on the internet, YouTube at Skywatch Television. Subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, hit that like button. You can also find us at Rumble, rumble.com/SkywatchTV. We're also available as a free mobile app that brings all of our content right into your smartphone or tablet, iOS, Android, Amazon, Kindle Fire. We've got apps for all of those, and you'll find links to their app stores at skywatchtv.com/app. Follow 5 in 10 online. We're at YouTube at 5 in 10. Once again, subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, hit that like button, and follow us on X for updates at 5_in_10. And thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.